windy, rainy afternoon in Foxboro, Massachusetts. The New England Patriots head out onto the field to meet up with the New Orleans Saints in a critical game for these two teams in their hopes to make the playoffs. This afternoon on the NFL on Fox, it's the New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NFL on Fox. I'm Sam Rosen along with Bill Moss. A very important game, a turning point game, if you will, for both these teams and their chances to make the playoffs. Here in New England, there's been only one topic of discussion all week long. Who will the starting quarterback be? On one side, it's Tom Brady. On the other side, Drew Bledsoe. The head coach, Bill Belichick, says it's Tom Brady. What do you think, Bill?
Yeah, rightfully so. Heck, you know, these guys got wins. And at this time of the season, it's in September. This isn't October. We're looking at December right in the eye. You don't gamble with victories. This guy has carried this team there. There's a chemistry amongst the players with Tom Brady. So you ride this horse as long as you possibly can. And if you have to go back to Drew, go to Drew. As far as Drew's concerned, I mean, you shouldn't lose your job to injury 1 week, 2 weeks, 2 months. That's a different story.
Now for the New Orleans Saints, they're in a tough division with San Francisco and the St. Louis Rams. They come in at 5-4, a pivotal game when they've been at their best in the second half against the Rams. In the last 3 quarters last week against the Colts, it's been the defense that has gotten it done.
Well, yeah, and Jim Haslett is pointing to this game and his defense to take this team over and take it through the playoffs. 3 guys really jump out at this very tough physical defense, and it starts with the guy up front, 94, Joe Johnson. He's been dominant. Coach Haslett says he doesn't lose. Well, you lose some, but he wins the majority. The guy outside on the corner, Fred Thomas, they weren't sure what they got when they got him from Seattle. He was injured with an ankle injury. He's become a lockdown corner. They had him on Isaac Bruce. Last week, they had him on Marvin Harrison. This week, I expect to see him on Troy Brown. And then the safety. How about Sammy Knight? Everywhere he is where the football is. 6 interceptions, 4 fumble recoveries, a sack. Guys just keep making plays, and it's going to take that kind of effort today to stifle this New England team at home.
The Saints are a dome team, an indoor team. Outside today, wind and rain. How will it affect their game? For the New England Patriots, they're 5-5. Which way will they turn? All eyes will be on Tom Brady of the New England Patriots this afternoon. We'll be set with the opening kickoff right after these messages. It was mild earlier in the day. It has now become windy and rainy in Foxboro, Massachusetts. Earlier today, San Francisco still leading Indianapolis, looking to go 8-2. Washington wins its 5th in a row. Pittsburgh with a 10-point lead on Tennessee. Atlanta trying to go to 6-4. That's a big game in the NFC West concerning New Orleans. Cleveland shutting out Cincinnati. Buffalo with a lead on Miami. Miami is 6-3. And Kansas City beats Seattle. Seattle drops to 5-5. Patriots have won the toss. Toby going to kick off. And we are underway with the line drive kick. That is picked up by Ben Kelly.
Not yet.
By Ben Kelly. And Kelly struggles up to the 14, maybe the 15-yard line. Wet football, wet grass. And there is the second-year man out of Michigan, Tom Brady, 3-1 at home, 5-3 as a starter. His offensive line has Grant Williams, Mike Compton, Damian Woody, Joe Andruzzi, and Greg Robinson Randall. Mark Edwards is the fullback. Antoine Smith has 610 yards rushing. The key man is Troy Brown, the wide receiver, 63 catches. Rod Rutledge, the tight end. David Patton, the other wide receiver. From the 14, Rutledge in motion. Antoine Smith. It's up to about the 19-yard line. Kevin Mathis with the stop. He's a great run support cornerback. Up front for New Orleans, Joe Johnson, Leroy Glover, Norman Hand, Darren Howard. They did not have a sack in last week's game against Indianapolis. Darren Smith, Charlie Clemens leads with 8 sacks. Keith Mitchell, the linebackers. And an outstanding secondary. Mathis and Thomas, the corners. Bellamy and Sammy Knight, the safeties. And Sammy Knight has been everywhere. 2 tight ends. Antoine Smith gets across the 20 up to the 22-yard line. Jay Bellamy with the tackle.
Well, you just talked about Sammy Knight being all over the place, Sam, and that's exactly what he was. He just stepped up there on the fill from the strong safety position and closed in there. He is always around the ball. We just talked about him at the top of the show. Sammy Knight is everywhere.
Fred Weary, number 24, has come in for Kevin Mathis. On third down out of the shotgun. Brady gets plenty of time, throws, and it's caught by Troy Brown. Up across the 40. Brought down by Fred Thomas, a pickup of 18 on the play. New Orleans says he's the guy that they must stop.
Well, everybody says that Troy Brown's the guy they have to stop. Nobody can seem to stop him. Not overly fast, not overly big, but a lot of desire. He was locked down that time with Freddie Thomas. Thomas, 22, had him covered throughout the field, and then Troy Brown found some separation, and Brady found him.
Brady swings it out to Mark Edwards, the fullback. Slips a tackle across midfield. Out of bounds at the New Orleans 44-yard line. That's a good effort by the fullback. Mark Edwards picked up 16.
Well, that's something that Mark Edwards likes to do, and that's something that New England may have to rely on today. A guy that can get the ball in their hands and just let them bowl people over, because that's what he excels at. He was looking up the defenders. You know how they say guys will look you up? You see Mark Edwards, he was looking for defenders to run over.
Two tight ends in for New England. Charles Johnson also in. Troy Brown has gone to the sideline. On first down, it's Antoine Smith. Try to cut back. It's down to the 41-yard line. Fred Thomas made the tackle. Kevin Mathis has gone to the sideline with a shoulder problem for New Orleans.
Take a look. Really, you know what New England's become? Is they've become a power run team. And you never think of them like that. You've never thought of them like that in the past with Drew Bledsoe and the aerial assault that they had in New England here at Foxboro. That they've become a ground team, and that's the guy that's leading them. He gets the whole offense going.
Brown is back in along with David Patton. Brady rolling, swings it back the other way to Antoine Smith. Has a couple of blockers inside the 30, down to the 20, and he goes all the way. Touchdown! "41-yard screen pass to Antoine Smith. Patriots score first. The 9th time in 11 games they've scored first." That was some play, and it got the crowd going. Outstanding opening drive for the Patriots. Adam Vinatieri for the extra point. Ken Walter, the holder. And the Patriots take the opening kickoff and march from their own 14-yard line and cap it off with a 41-yard screen pass to Antoine Smith. He gets the escort, and he takes it all the way.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 36.
Antoine Smith taking it in 41 yards, capping off an 85-yard drive in which Tom Brady was 3 for 3.
2 swing passes out of that.
Adam Vinatieri kicking off. Deuce McAllister steps up at the 11-yard line. McAllister at a 63-yard return last week goes up the sideline and is out of bounds near midfield. Otis Smith took him out. Saints go on offense with excellent field position. Last week to start the game, the Saints fell behind Indianapolis off the first play from scrimmage, 7-0. Then they went down 14-0 and came back. This is not uncommon for the Saints and Jim Haslett. After a 43-yard kickoff return, Saints from their own 48 with McAllister and Ricky Williams in the backfield. Aaron Brooks under pressure, throws incomplete. Intended for the tight end, Boo Williams, and there's a flag in the secondary of the Patriots. Terrence Shaw was covering on the play and may be called for pass interference. Jerry Austin is our referee.
Pass interference. 22 defense. Automatic first down.
Terrence Shaw, you're going to watch. He comes over the top. They must have held him before that because he didn't look like he had any interference with him there. The back judge threw that.
Ricky Williams on first down. Gets a short gain.
A lot of stuff going on here first. Phantom pass interference calls, as far as I'm concerned, right there. The phantom. But let's go back to the touchdown. One thing you want to do when you have an aggressive defense is get them going. Brady on the bootleg right here gets everybody coming this way. Watch everybody flowing. They're all this way. Then he throws the screen, and look at this side of the field, all green. Get an aggressive, fast defense going one way, and then counter them.
On 2nd and 8, it's Ricky Williams, and only got about a yard. Brandon Mitchell making the tackle for the Patriots. Aaron Brooks had an outstanding game last week, and over the last 2 weeks, he's completed 69.5% of his passes. Darryl Terrell starts for Willie Rofe, and Rofe may undergo knee surgery this week. A veteran offensive line in the backfield. We'll see a lot of Deuce McAllister with Ricky Williams. Lamont Hall is the blocking tight end. Eddie Boo Williams is the pass receiving tight end. 3 wide receivers as Albert Connell is on the field, number 83. On 3rd down, Brooks gets time, nobody open. Now he's running for it, and is out of bounds at the 30-yard line. He's short of the first down by a couple of yards. Let's check the defensive alignment for the Patriots. Play a 3-4. They'll show a lot of 4-3 because Ted Johnson is out. Ted Bruschi is the man in the middle. Willie McGinnis will sometimes move up as a defensive end and provide pass rush. Law and Smith, the corners. Lawyer Malloy and Kabuki Jones are the safeties. This will be a 48-yard attempt for John Carney, who's 23 for 24 this season. And the kick is on the way, and it is no good. Wide to the right. His only other miss had been at home against Atlanta, a kick that was blocked. He had made his last 12. This one slides off to the right and is just wide. Look at Troy Brown, who's become the key receiver, the man on offense for the Patriots.
That's the guy they've got to stop if they want to stop the rest of this offense.
Patrick Pass is split out to the left. Brady on first down, throwing short to David Patton. And Patton gets up close to the first down marker. Joe Johnson, the defensive end, chased him down. Good start for Tom Brady.
Well, look at the Tom Brady looking right across the field. That was David Patton on a crossing route. And what happened was he came right behind the linebacker, Charlie Clemens. He was right on Charlie Clemens and had to sidestep Charlie Clemens.
On 2nd down, straight ahead. And making Mark Edwards, the fullback, carrying for the first down up to midfield. The forecast for intermittent showers, and the rain has stopped here in Foxboro. Still a pretty good breeze. How do you think it'll affect the New Orleans Saints during the course of the game, Bill?
Well, I think you're going to see a lot more ground stuff because I think they're going to have some problems throwing the ball. But this is New England's weather. They're used to this stuff. The home field advantage, if you will. Edwards in motion. Brady gets time and completes to Troy Brown. Picked up about 7 on the play. Brady is 5 for 5 to start the game. And he's really into it, Bill. I mean, he's playing with a lot of confidence. Well, you know what they're doing? They're giving him confidence with the crossing routes, with the short routes. This is a lot different offense for Brady than it was what they did with Bledsoe. I mean, Bledsoe, there was a lot more vertical attack. You saw all the crossing and underneath stuff and the screens and the swing passes to Brady, and that's what gets his confidence going. See that score, Miami coming back to tie Buffalo late in that game. That's the game that interests New England fans. Miami 6-3 starting play today. That pass is incomplete. And
Fans wanted a flag. Keith Mitchell covering Rod Rutledge on the play. Rutledge with a couple of receptions last week.
They don't get the tight end the ball very much in this offense. They don't get it to Wiggins, and only down in the red zone or goal line do they get it to Wiggins. And Rutledge, their starting tight end, they don't work that part of the field. Normally they look at their primary receivers and they go to the check down with the backs.
Third and about 3 for the Patriots. They'll work out of the shotgun, and Mike Compton, the left guard, moves over to center in the shotgun.
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in the NFL.
Blitz coming. Brady looking, rolling away from it. Holds on to the ball, and the Saints have him at the 45. Keith Mitchell and Jay Bellamy tackling Tom Brady for a loss. First sack of the game for the Saints. And the Patriots are forced to punt.
You talked about that. Damian Woody is normal center, and Compton is the left guard. But when they go shotgun, they switch. And Compton becomes the center because he can deep snap.
Ken Walter will punt. There's Mike Compton going off. Wayne McGarity is deep for New Orleans. Long count, perhaps hoping to draw the Saints offside. Walter, high kick, it's short. McGarity waits for a fair catch. Has trouble with the wind. And the Patriots are all around the ball at the 2-yard line. McGarity wanted to catch that ball up and around the 12. He had trouble with the wind. And it wound up going over his head and bouncing inside the 5, and the Patriots were right there.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. By Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers. By UPS, the official delivery company of football fans everywhere. And by Autotrader.com, the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Starting play today, Ricky Williams leading the NFC in rushing, 3rd in the NFL. He's carried only twice, but here, deep in their own territory, the Saints start from their own 3-yard line.
You know, Ricky was a little bit worried coming into this game because it was the 10th game last year that he got injured.
Off the play fake, Brooks to put it up deep. Way down for Joe Horn, and
there's a flag.
Flag on the play. Horn comes up with a football. What a catch by Joe Horn. As he went against Ty Law, Joe Horn with a fabulous play. 51-yard reception.
I can't believe he came up with the ball.
How about that call from their own 3?
Well, it was a little play action.
Interference. 24 defense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
There was a little play action inside. Now he got one-on-one. And Joe Horn just on the 9 route go. Now the ball's a little bit underthrown, so Law comes over top of him. But look at the concentration and effort by Joe Horn.
Straight ahead. Ricky Williams inside the 40. Hard run. Ricky Williams has really gotten his game together.
You know, the one thing about it is his size. Everyone says he looks bigger. Well, he is bigger. He's about 10 pounds bigger. I was talking to the strength coach for New Orleans Saints, Brock Gillickson, and he says he's 10 pounds heavier than he was this time last year.
On 2nd down and 1 straight ahead. It looks like they've got enough for a first down. Richard Seymour, number 93, with a tackle for the Patriots.
And the thing about Ricky is that he's got a body that just keeps putting on muscle. He lifts with the linemen. He uses the linemen's weights, not the specialist weights, not the running backs and receivers. So it's all the big heavyweights. And he's got bulked up now. He's actually a little bit heavier than that right now. And the thing about it is his body fat stayed the same. They test him every 2 weeks. He's at 8%, so it hasn't affected his speed or his stamina.
Saints go with 2 tight ends. The toss to Ricky Williams. Drops it, picks it up, and turns it into positive yardage. Almost disaster, but Ricky didn't lose his concentration, and it bounced right up to him.
You know, that's one thing that he's very, very conscientious of. He has small hands, and there's no 2 ways about it. His hands are small, and he works on catching the ball all the time. He was out there before the game catching passes.
Pick up a 3 on the play.
He's caught some sod there up in his face mask.
Deuce McAllister split out to the right side. Willie Jackson in motion. Brooks rolls, has time, waiting, nobody open, and he throws it away. Aaron Brooks just waiting for someone to come open. Nobody did. Finally got some pressure from Bobby Hamilton. Accuracy is up for Aaron Brooks the last couple of weeks, Bill.
Yeah, and I think it has a lot to do with the entire offense. I think Joe Horn and the receiving corps is playing better. I think they're calling better plays. Mike McCarthy, the offensive coordinator, and they're moving him around a little bit more, and they're getting him involved early with things.
Have to get to the 25-yard line for a first down. 3 wide receivers in. Willie Jackson in motion. Out of the shotgun, Brooks gets time, throws, completes to Willie Jackson. But he's down short of a first down. Great tackle. That was
all over the
high law with the tackle on the play on Willie Jackson. And we'll check out the flags here.
Men on defense. That's 5 yards. Repeat third down.
That's one way to try to stop him. They didn't even get it stopped. Terrell Buckley was out on the field.
Is that a new defensive scheme?
Well, he's got a bunch of them. He's trying to get off the field right there.
Didn't make it.
No.
Good catch.
You know, and it's a tough thing to do, too, because they change defensive schemes so much from week to week to week. I mean, these guys really have to stay attuned of what's going on. Now they've got 12 men on the field again. They've got 12 out there again, and there goes Willie Shaw off. Terrence Shaw.
Got there in time, though.
Yeah, last week they had 7 DBs in the game all the time. If you call dime or dollar defense, you had 7 DBs out there when you're playing the St. Louis Rams. Now you come back and you prepare all week, and you put in a new defensive scheme to stop the New Orleans Saints' hard rushing attack.
They're checking to see if they made a first down on the play, and they did. I thought that the tackle was made short of the first down, but the spot was at the 25-yard line.
I was with you. I thought it was a little short, too.
So the penalty is declined, and it's a first down for the New Orleans Saints.
Every single week, it's different for the New England Patriots defense. If you watch film on them and try to get a clue on what they're doing, don't bother, because it's going to change the next week when they face you. That's how the New Orleans Saints prepared. I mean, they said, watch film. It didn't do any good to watch film. We just have to run what we run, and we ran it against a 4-man front, and we ran it against a 3-man front.
Terrell Smith is in at fullback, number 44 for New Orleans, who go first down at the New England 25. Brooks. Pass was tipped and falls incomplete. Intended for the fullback, Mark Edwards, out of the backfield. Bobby Hamilton got a piece of the pass.
Well, they bring a bunch right over the strong side. 91, Hamilton gets his hands up, but watch. There's 1, 2. You're going to see 3 right here. And luckily for New Orleans, they were fanning that direction. They had their turn protection called to that side.
Look at Miami coming back to take the lead. They were down 13 points in the fourth quarter. Brooks throwing, and it's dropped by the tight end, Boo Williams. Boo Williams, a rookie out of Arkansas, who is a fine receiver at Arkansas, was cut at the end of training camp, signed to the practice squad. They switched him to a tight end. They're trying to bulk him up.
Well, he had a big week last week with 2 touchdown passes. And the ball was there, and you've got to catch the ball with your hands, especially in the elements like this, Sam. Wind, rain, wet, slick ball. Don't let that ball get into your body. Catch it with your hands.
With Cam Cleveland still out, Williams important as a pass-catching tight end. On third down, Brooks throwing, and it is incomplete.
Not sure who that was intended for.
That may have been tipped. And the field goal kicking unit coming on. John Carney will try again. Brooks upset with himself.
I thought he had Albert Connell open deep real early, but by the time he set his feet, everybody was covered up.
This try will be from 43 yards away
with the wind.
They'll be going the holder, and the kick is blocked. So John Carney, who has been almost automatic all season, 23 for 24 coming into the game, has missed one and had one block.
David Nugent, the backup defensive end from Purdue, gets his hand on watch 92. He gets up in there and hits his hand.
Good job by the Patriots.
That was Seymour in there too. Aaron Brooks looking for Willie Jackson on the crossing pattern, almost picked off by Lawyer Malloy. In and out of his hands. And then watch Nugent, the rookies. 6'6" of them. He just runs right over Kevin Hauser, the center, outweighing him probably by 100 pounds. Richard Seymour.
Nugent got up there as well, but Seymour was the guy who burst through.
Yeah, Seymour was the one that was lined up over the long snapper, Hauser.
Patriots with a 7-0 lead. Antoine Smith on first down. Good pickup of about 8 on the play. Keith Mitchell with the tackle.
And this is an area where, we talked about that defense of New Orleans, Sam, and it's time for them to step up and dominate a game. But right now, they look a little bit off balance. They're getting there, but after they gain about 5-7, that time 9 yards, that's not good enough, obviously.
Handoff to Antoine Smith, and that time great penetration by Norman Hand, one of the toughest run stoppers there is. Time for an update. Let's go to JB at the Fox Television Center.
Fellas, Miami was trailing 27-17 with 8:16 left, but they battled back and win on this play. Look at the rookie, Chris Chambers, hauled that one in with 48 seconds left. Miami pulls off the victory 34-27 over Buffalo. Back to Sam Rosen and our guy, Bill Moss.
Great comeback. Thanks, JB. Miami 7-3, tied with the Jets at 7-3 for the lead in the AFC East. New England will be at the Jets next week. That's a very important game for the Patriots. Their playoff hopes. Blitz coming. They pick it up. Brady throwing, and it was complete to Jermaine Wiggins, the tight end. Had to reach back for it.
They're going to stop him at his furthest forward progress, and I believe that's going to be enough for the first down.
So the Patriots, who don't often go to the tight end, that time went short, and Wiggins able to pick up the first down.
What the heck's Brady now? 6 for 6, 7 for 7,
6 for 7, Bill. He fakes, he throws, and that pass is incomplete. Did you jinx him?
Maybe I did. But I was talking to the defensive coaches of the New Orleans Saints, and I was asking them, are you glad to see them going with Brady? Because you know what Drew can do, and you know he's got that cannon, and when he's hot, he is real hot. And they said, you know what? I don't know. This Brady kid's making some real good decisions. They've watched him on film. They've studied him. He's good with the ball, and he's good under pressure. He doesn't get rattled.
The toss to Antoine Smith. It looked like they wanted to reverse it to Patton, but Smith is thrown for a loss back to the 35-yard line. Keith Mitchell with an outstanding play.
You know what? That was a heads-up play by Antoine Smith because he didn't want to risk the ball. Not in this area of the field. He just took the loss right there. He saw the people. Patton turned to him and said, hey, what are you doing? I was right here. And Smith said, no, it just wasn't safe. It's heads-up play.
J.R. Redmond was in the backfield for New England. They have to get to the New Orleans 49 for a first down. They bunch the receivers to the left. Brady fires over the middle and completes it to first down to Troy Brown. That's his man, the go-to guy. They're keying on him. They had Fred Thomas on him, and he still got open for the catch.
Fred Thomas is the lockdown guy. And here he is. Watch him in the mix of all this. He's waiting. Now he takes him. Right there's the separation. You see the little push off and the separation? Troy Brown has been around this league a long time, and there's things like that keep you around the league. Crafty veteran.
3 catches, 42 yards for Troy Brown. On first down, Antoine Smith. Brought down by Kevin Mathis, who was out earlier but has returned and seems to be okay. Had a bit of a neck problem. Pickup of 2 on the play for Antoine Smith. Time winding down in the first quarter. Patriots scored on their first possession. The Saints have missed twice on field goal tries. One a miss wide right, and one gets blocked.
Yeah, and the Pats are just going to let this clock run down. Brady's over there talking to the coaches on the sideline.
Good start for the home team, the New England Patriots. Tom Brady, 7 for 9. Troy Brown with 3 receptions. And the Patriots, who scored first, lead at the end of the first quarter, 7-0.
New England.
Back in Foxboro, the New England Patriots with a good start to the game, leading the New Orleans Saints 7-0. And for Tom Brady, no question about the confidence of the boys he's playing with, Bill.
Well, he has it because of that offense and everything that they're doing. They're keeping New Orleans completely off balance defense. And there's not many teams in the National Football League that have had the success doing that. Normally, New Orleans defense is taking it to the offense. Right now, they're on their heels.
From the Saints 45, Patrick pass in motion. Brady throwing short to Troy Brown. Got away from Mathis. Gets to the 30-yard line. Got away from Chris Oldham on the first try. And finally brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a first down, a pickup of 15.
Sam, and New Orleans, they're reeling a little bit. Look, they've got 3 down linemen in there right now. 3 wide receivers for the Pats. That was just second long, but you can see right now they're making adjustments already.
Nice move by Troy Brown. Mark Edwards, the fullback, for a couple straight ahead. And again, part of mixing it up. Edwards getting a couple of carries and a little swing pass out of the backfield. Antoine Smith.
Well, the attempt to reverse the shots downfield. They were looking deep and they threw underneath to the tight end. Pretty good play calling. Charlie Weiss, the offensive coordinator, and of course that man right there, Belichick, the things that they do, they're masters at keeping you off balance, and they're masters of disguise.
On 2nd and 7, Brown in motion. Brady still got it. And he throws to the man he faked it to, Antoine Smith. What a great play fake by Tom Brady. And Antoine Smith went down the sideline and passed just a little too long.
Well, the guy he was looking for first was Pat. He was looking for Patton on the post route, but he got covered up real quick, and so he had to take his shot. He thought he liked the shot on a running back on a wide receiver, but that was a pretty good job of Smith keeping pace.
Brings up 3rd and long. J.R. Redmond is in for New England. Patriots 3 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. Blitz coming. Brady throws, and it's incomplete. Try to hit Troy Brown. Fred Thomas. Wherever Troy Brown goes, there goes Fred Thomas.
And there was that same motion again, that dig route. He takes him outside and then watch him work. And that, just enough separation. The ball just a little bit overthrown, but you can see the ways that Troy Brown is working to get separation.
See the numbers on Adam Vinatieri as he sets up for a 46-yard field goal try. Ken Walker is the holder. The kick is on the way, but he pulled it. It hooks to the right, to the left. And so the teams are taking turns missing field goals here. The Saints have missed 2, and the Patriots miss here. It's still 7-0.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. By Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. Eating good in the neighborhood. Applebee's. By Citizen EcoDrive, a revolutionary watch that never needs a battery. And by Gateway, where you've got a friend in the business.
Fox tonight, first time on television. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Tonight at 7, 6 Central. Following the premiere, don't miss the sneak peek at the StarWars.com documentary, R2-D2 Beneath the Dome. That's following this game.
I played with a guy once. We called him Chewbacca.
Ricky Williams, his 5th carry of the game. Gets up to about the 39, picked up 3 on the play. Ricky Williams back-to-back 120-yard games. Actually, one game he picked up 121, last week 120. Leading the NFC in rushing. He's been catching the ball well. He's really been doing it all.
He shows up everywhere. He's on swings. He's on screen passes. He's downfield blocking for his teammates. If there's an interception thrown, he's down there making the tackle.
On 2nd and 7, Ricky Williams straight ahead. Gets another 3 on the play. Brandon Mitchell makes the tackle.
You know, this is a physical game. There's been a lot of popping of the pads. We hear it all the way up here in the booth. Teddy Bruschi, he's the middle linebacker today in this 4-3 scheme. As we talked about, they change defenses. Normally they run a 34. He's one of the inside linebackers with Ted Johnson. But Teddy Johnson's out. You see Bruschi 54 down at the bottom of the pile down there. There's a lot of banging going on. The New England Patriots feel and practice as though they are a tough physical team.
On 3rd down, Ricky Williams gets up across the 45, and we'll see where the spot is made. Roman Pfeiffer made the tackle.
That's right. 95 came flying in there, and he got a good look on Ricky Williams, and that's part of the attitude that some of these free agents, look at that, stopped him short. That's some of the attitude that the free agents that they brought in the offseason, like Roman Pfeiffer, have brought to this team.
And another one that they brought in, Brian Cox, who's out with a broken leg, hopes to be back next week against the Jets. He was running in pre-game warm-ups. First punt of the game, Toby Goen is back. Good rush and a good high kick. It bounces down at the 10 and is covered at the 6-yard line. So the Patriots are pinned deep in their own territory off a good punt by Toby Goen. 47-yard punt. New England still leading 7-0. Tom Brady stepped in Game 3 and saved the Patriots season. Drew Bledsoe is ready to go, but now he stands on the sideline. Brady is 8 for 12, 127 yards. Bledsoe looks on. Patriots go from the 6. Goes straight ahead. Beautiful run up the middle, hard by Antoine Smith. Gets it out from the shadow of the goal post up to the 18. It's a first down.
And take a look, and Martin Chase, 92, is in for Leroy Glover, and he's not injured. Leroy Glover is not injured, but right there, that's what happens. He gets seal blocked by Joe Andruzzi, the guard. That's normally where Leroy Glover's is.
Chase and Willie Whitehead in on the defensive line. As Joe Johnson has gone on the sideline. 6 defensive backs in for the Saints. They go straight ahead. And another strong run. Antoine Smith getting up to the 24-yard line.
Sam, remember I was telling you that the New England Patriots are wanting to become a tough team? Watch Jay Bellamy. He's the fill right there. He's responsible. Boom. He just gets trucked by Antoine Smith. And that's what Antoine Smith has brought to this team. He's brought that presence of a power run team. They don't get the ball outside the tackles much. It's all downhill.
There he goes. Trying to go outside that time, but he was tripped up by Charlie Clemens, the middle linebacker. 10th carry of the game for Antoine Smith, who already has surpassed the rushing leader last year, Kevin Falk.
And you know, they're really settled in. They, you know, for 3-4 years up here, they've been searching for a primary running back, somebody that can do this down after down after down, and Smith has been the guy this year. As much as Brady has been a part of the success with his accuracy and his poise under pressure, a lot of the credit has to go to Antoine Smith.
Kevin Falk is in, 3rd and 2, Patton in motion out of the shotgun. It's Falk. He juggles the ball. He turns the corner. First down, New England. Up to the 34-yard line. Fred Thomas made the stop. Good job by Kevin Falk. Little jungle at the start, then he got it going.
Well, watch, there's a little short motion inside here, and that was enough. That brought in Weary inside. Then Thomas gets blocked by the tackle, Matt Light. So when they're manned up like that and they have coverage and they have the short motion, that takes them out of the way, and they threw the toss to that side.
First down spotted at the 33-yard line. Rod Rutledge in motion. Brady outside of Mark Edwards, the fullback. First down at the 45-yard line. And New England continues to mix it up beautifully. 12-yard pickup on the play.
Sam, they're taking high percentage passes. They're crossing routes. The short curls inside. How about the swings and screens? There's Brady. They've got the defense going one way, and then they flip the ball outside on a little swing, and Edwards is always going to pick up a couple more yards.
Patriots with 183 yards in offense thus far in the first half. Kevin Falk takes the handoff. Nice cutback. It's up to the 49-yard line. Keith Mitchell made the stop.
I'll tell you, it's very, very frustrating as a defensive lineman when you can't dictate to the offense what they're going to do. Right now, the defensive front for the New Orleans Saints has no idea if they're going left, if they're going right, if they're going to screen you, if they're going to pass set you. Everything, look at where they're going. It's even passes and runs, but even more even, we don't have it, I'm sure, is where they're going. Right, left, middle.
Rutledge in motion. Brady short drop. The pass was tipped. Second time that's happened. Darren Smith, the linebacker, number 54, good penetration, deflected the pass.
There's a war that goes on in the trenches between the offensive line and the defensive line. And one group is predicating to the other group what's going to happen. Right now, the offensive line for the New England Patriots is predicating what is going to happen to the New Orleans Saints. They've got them on their heels. They've taken them out of their game plan. They've got them thinking. And the worst thing you can do for a defensive lineman is have them start thinking, Sam.
Three wide receivers in. Falk's in the backfield. Brady out of the shotgun. Being pressured. Steps up and goes deep. Way down for David Patton. Incomplete. Flag on the play. Fred Thomas and David Patton. And it's Thomas for pass interference. A one-on-one battle.
Automatic first down.
Well, I can tell you what, there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on. Look, their arms are tied up right there, and that's just incidental contact. But Thomas,
I think the last push was more than incidental, though, Bill.
they were both pushing and shoving, and Thomas is looking back at the ball. I don't know.
They spot the ball at the 8-yard line. 42-yard penalty. First and goal, Patriots. Antoine Smith in the backfield. Play fake by Brady. He throws, and it is caught by Troy Brown. Touchdown, New England.
Fred Thomas came into this game as a lockdown, shutdown corner. You man him up on your best receiver, and he takes care of him. Well, they manned him up on Troy Brown for the most part of this day, and Troy Brown is coming out on top. Being a lockdown corner isn't all what it's cracked up to be. That's like being a gunslinger in the Old West. At high noon every week, you've got a duel.
Second touchdown pass for Tom Brady in the game gives him 14. Fifth touchdown reception of the season for Troy Brown. Extra point. Ken Walter throwing into the end zone, and it's broken up. Looked like Walter hesitated on the snap.
Yeah, I don't think he got a good grip on that snap as it got back there. When he wanted to put it down, there was a hesitation.
This was
play action. And this is a heck of a throw, too. Sammy Knight had him, carrying him deep into the end zone. He gave up and looked at the ball. The ball went over top of Knight into the hands of Brown.
A good day already for Troy Brown. 5 catches, 65 yards, and 1 touchdown. And the Patriots have a 13-0 lead. The extra point is no good.
Antoine Smith has been running so good that corners are biting on his action.
Line drive kicked by Vinatieri to Deuce McAllister at the 1. McAllister at the sideline is pushed out of bounds by Matt Stevens at the 23-yard line.
Watch Fred Thomas. Aggressive corners New Orleans has. He falls for the play action inside. He sees the fake. He steps up and he's frozen. Now Sammy Knight, he has Troy Brown and kind of looks back for the quarterback. One thing you should never do as a defensive back is look back at the quarterback to see what's going on.
Now, was this a fake?
No, he just hesitated. The kicker hesitated, and Walter took the ball away. You can always tell it's a fake because your wingman will go out for a pass too, not just the offensive lineman, the eligible tackle. And they're yelling at him. They said, "Why didn't you keep the ball down?"
Deuce McAllister split out to the right side. A quarterback draw by Aaron Brooks. He gets about a yard on the play. Willie McGinnis made the tackle. Right now it is all New England as the Saints just don't seem to have their game together.
The battle of the news. and it's New England. New England is playing defensively like I anticipated New Orleans to play defensively.
That's a good point. Saints have struggled outdoors this season. They lost to the Giants at the Meadowlands. They lost a tough one in San Francisco.
Just edged out Carolina on the last play of the game.
That pass almost intercepted.
Big play, Willie McGinnis.
Mike Vrabel almost picked it off.
He's looking for Ricky Williams and hits Vrabel right in his chest. Here's Vrabel.
Oh, he knew he had it.
He was actually coming off a blitz.
That's right.
He was up into the line of scrimmage and bounced back out.
6 defensive backs in for the Patriots. On 3rd and 10.
Blitz.
He fires incomplete. Terrell Buckley on the coverage of Joe Horn. 3 and out for the Saints as their struggles continue. Going into the wind. It's been a tough start to the game for Aaron Brooks after 2 real good efforts in San Francisco and in against Indianapolis last week. Goins kick held up by the wind. Fair catch. It's caught by Troy Brown up at the 47-yard line. Great field position for the Patriots, who have a 13-0 lead. Saints defense, the pressure is on them, Bill.
No, there's no kidding this pressure on them. Especially you look over the last 4 weeks, they've given up a ton of points.
Tom Brady on the toss to Antoine Smith. And he is taken down as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. Joe Johnson made the tackle, starting defensive line back in for New Orleans. Well, the coaches really talking about the play of Joe Johnson this year.
You know, he's just really he's a man. He really is, and he manhandles the people he plays against. He is just one of those backcountry strong guys that can just grab you like a bear and chuck you to the side.
Patriots have Patrick Pass, Mark Edwards, and Antoine Smith in the lineup. That's pass shifting. The play fake by Brady. He's looking deep. He's throwing, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Patrick Pass, who was matched up against the middle linebacker, Charlie Clemens. That was something different for New England.
Well, yeah, 2 plays back-to-back we saw different. They tried to run that outside play, and they normally don't run the plays outside except for a crack toss because they don't have the speed offensively to get out of there. Then they came back with a little fullback motion, wheel route down the sidelines, and Brady just overthrew him.
3 wide receivers go to the right. J.R. Redmond is in the backfield. Brady is 10 for 6, 147 yards. On 3rd down, Brady, Troy Brown, surrounded. Saints bring him down at the New Orleans 47-yard line. Fred Weary, number 24, with the initial hit. And that's a good defensive stand for the Saints.
Well, that was. And they were being a little physical, too. They closed the pocket in a hurry. They rattled Brady a little bit. They knocked him down on that play. And they made big contact. Brown made the catch, and they were there closing. Remember, on the first play, there was nothing to the outside.
Ken Walter's second punt of the game. Wayne McGarity is deep for New Orleans. Good kick with the wind. Bounces at the 5. Patriots trying to down it, and they do it to 1-yard line. How about that kick coverage? Bucky Jones was down there, down the 46-yard punt by Ken Walter.
Bucky Jones was down there pretty close to the goal line. If he touched that white, and he does, right there, he cannot down the ball. He cannot down the ball there.
Went into the end zone, came back and reestablished in the field of play before touching the football.
No, he did not. No, he did not. To reestablish yourself before you touch the ball, you have to have 2 feet within the field of play.
Let's see.
No. Yeah, maybe.
He did. Yeah, they got just did get it from the 1-yard line. A lot.
They're going to challenge it. I mean, Haslett's going to challenge it, and this is going to be very, very close.
All right. Coach of the New Orleans Saints agrees with you. He thinks that
it's very close.
Didn't reestablish. Jerry Austin says he did. A play that can be reviewed because we're talking about the goal line, the boundaries of the field.
New Orleans is challenging whether the kicking team player reestablished in the field of play before touching the football.
Well, let's take a look. We can get it up here. There he's in the end zone. He's still on the end line. 1, 2.
Looks like it's okay.
1, 2. Yep. He's got it. 2 feet in before he touched it.
So now the challenge made by the Saints. Jerry Austin will check out
very close
the tape. Yeah.
Very close. And the back judge, I believe, is the one that's back there in the position. He was the one that had the eye on it.
4:45 remaining in the first half. New England leading 13-0.
At live speed, that was very, very close. Good job by the officials.
Of course, the difference here would be if it were a touchback, it'd be back at the 20. But I think the quick review by Jerry Austin, the ruling on the field will be upheld, and it will cost New Orleans a timeout.
After reviewing the play, the kicking team player went into the end zone, came back into the field of play, took 4 steps before downing the ball. That is legal. Therefore, the play on the field stands as called. New Orleans is charged a timeout, their first.
That's a good explanation by referee Jerry Austin.
Good job. It was more along the lines of 2 or 3 steps, but it was still a great call. Especially when it was live. Yeah, I mean, that was fast. It was down there, and I thought I saw his foot hit the end zone, but then the other bodies came down and around it and blocked the view of whether he reestablished.
The Saints working against the wind and against the crowd. Ricky Williams. Maybe 2 yards on the play. Richard Seymour, number 93, the rookie in the middle, who's really coming on after coming back from a hamstring injury.
They think this guy is going to be dominant, but watch the play of 93 and 96. That's Seymour and Mitchell. They just dominate the middle. They clog everything up as they try to go through. And, you know, that's what it takes in today's NFL. You need 2 dominant defensive tackles, and then your whole defense works.
Ricky Williams, 8 carries, 26 yards. Tries it again, cuts it back, and spins out to about the 6-yard line. Picked up about 3 on the play. Once again, Richard Seymour was there to make the tackle.
You don't think Teddy Bruschi, look, he's back here, and he's got these guys in front of him. He doesn't love this. Look, they take on everybody in here. Look at this. They've got all the traffic in there, and then the linebackers come and clean up. Seymour even spins back out of it and gets a piece.
New Orleans. 3rd down play. Aaron Brooks 2 for 8. 0 for his last 4. Has 3 wide receivers in. Rolls being chased by Pleasant. Throws deep and incomplete. Flag on the play. Joe Horn was double covered by Terrence Shaw and Tabaki Jones. But this is going to go against New England.
Pass interference. 27 defense. Automatic first down.
Terrell Buckley was the man called for the interference. My apologies. Bill Belichick upset with the call. Horn and Buckley.
Oh, that's right there. That's on Buck. That's Buck. That's T-Buck on Horn. The ball was in the air when he was giving him the business on the sidelines there.
So New Orleans moves out to the 20-yard line. 4 linebackers in for New England. Ricky Williams in motion. Brooks in trouble. Gets rid of it. That looked like a lateral pass. That looked like a lateral pass that went out of bounds.
And that's where that thing's going to be spotted.
Anthony Pleasant, big-time pressure.
See where that ball went, Sam. They rolled it incomplete pass, but that looked like it was behind the line of scrimmage.
I thought so.
Behind him.
Yeah. They mark it back at the 19-yard line. It's 2nd and 10. The play fake. Brooks in pressured and throws behind to Horn. And Brooks was hit down hard by Willie McGinnis.
McGinnis coming off the backside.
That's normally Willie Roaf's side. Darryl Terrell playing for the injured Willie Roaf, who may have knee surgery this week, and they're concerned he might be done for the season, Bill.
And that's a tough job over there playing on that island. Not only that, they're a lot better running the football when they got Willie in there too.
Brooks being rushed by Seymour. Completes to Joe Horn. And he's up to the 42-yard line. Good throw by Aaron Brooks under pressure, getting Joe Horn a 23-yard pickup and a 1st down.
You know, Joe Horn loves the football, as most receivers do, but he's the kind of guy that has a Randy Moss mentality about him, and he wants it all the time. And if you're not throwing it to him, and if you don't get it to him often enough, he kind of gets his dauber down a little bit and then becomes ineffective.
You mean the competitive Joe Horn who plays marbles? Brooks being chased once again, gets rid of it, and it is incomplete. That's Eddie Boo Williams on the sideline, the tight end.
You know, New Orleans needs to get it going. It's tough, and I've done this before. When you play an interconference team, it's not in your division, in a whole other conference, and you have to go to some place that you've been maybe one time before. I don't know if any of these guys have been there before. It's really tough because you don't know much about them. There's no emotion involved with them. It's just a game on your schedule.
Last time the Saints were up in New England was 1995. Here's 2nd and 10. Ricky Williams bouncing off his own man is wrestled down up the 45-yard line. Lawyer Malloy came in to make the tackle for the Patriots. 10 carries, 32 yards for Ricky Williams.
And in the interconference battle that's going on right here, right now, New England's showing them what their conference is all about. what their division is all about, what tough physical football is all about. And New Orleans hasn't responded yet. They haven't woken up yet. You know, they started off the last couple of weeks. They've been behind. It takes them a while. Remember in St. Louis, they went into the locker room, and Kyle Turley had to go nuts in there on everybody till they got going.
2-minute warning. Patriots with a 13-0 lead.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by the New York Stock Exchange. The world puts its stock in us.
Have done a good job on Ricky Williams.
Well, you know, I think that new look four-man front and the two defensive tackles have really played a factor in this. If you don't know what you're going to prepare for and you're thinking it's going to be a 34, and then your starting middle linebacker goes out, Teddy Johnson, you got to make adjustments. And the adjustments panned out well for New England.
On third down, Brooks under pressure and a big hit on Joe Horn. Lawyer Malloy was
letting
right
him
there.
know all about it, too. And that's what New England's been doing all day, both offensively and defensively. They've been rattling the bad boys because New Orleans has built that image for themselves of the bad boys on the block. Well, New England wants no part of it.
They haven't been getting to Aaron Brooks, but they've gotten enough pressure to force him to throw a little bit off.
He's throwing quick, too, Sam.
He'll be going third punt. The wind holds it up. Fair catch, wait for it. The 21-yard line by Troy Brown. Minute 49 remaining in the first half. Patriots have the ball after a 34-yard punt. Next Sunday is a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. And, of course, it begins with the undisputed champion of pregame shows. Then we've got a big interconference battle, the Vikings and the Steelers. And in the second game, Marshall Faulk and the Rams take on the Atlanta Falcons. Dallas will be at Washington, Arizona at Oakland.
New Orleans needs to wake up just because of that second game. You know, you talked about Atlanta Falcons. They're back in the thick of things now. Were they 6-5?
6-4. Good win for them in Carolina. Chris Chandler. Peyton Manning was picked off 4 times by the 49ers, who won again. J.R. Redmond in the backfield. 3 wide receivers. The blitz coming, and Cousins knocks the ball loose. And it's recovered by Fred Weary, I believe, of New Orleans. He had the ball momentarily. Let's see. The signal is Patriots ball. Weary was down there. He had a shot at the fumble recovery.
He gets the jump on the outside, and the back comes up into the middle, and the tackle, who hasn't been practicing all that much, Light, the rookie, he bit on the inside.
Big hit by Charlie Clemens, the middle linebacker.
Will be a 30-second timeout.
And Fred Weary was right there. He had a chance to recover the ball, but missed it.
If everybody had an ocean across the USA, then everybody be surfing like California. Everybody's gone surfing.
Actually, everybody's snowboarding.
Surfing USA.
Especially in the Wasatch Backcountry, where the Wasatch Powderbird guides can fly you to snowboarding heaven, as long as you've got what it takes.
Visa, the only card accepted at the Olympic Winter Games.
St. Louis Rams play tomorrow night. They lead the NFC West. San Francisco at 8-2, Atlanta 6-4. So that just emphasizes the importance of this game for the New Orleans Saints. It's a turning point game for them. Edwards and Smith in the backfield for New England. From the 15, the blitz coming. It's Antoine Smith. Finds the hole. And he's up to the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. Jay Bellamy made the tackle.
Joey Johnson.
Clock running with 1:15 remaining. Saints have only 1 timeout remaining. 2-minute offense. Tom Brady, his rating has been outstanding, the best in the AFC.
And you don't think this is a crazy year in the NFL? I mean, nothing against Tom Brady. I think he's a fantastic guy. We sat down and talked with him, and you can see what the coaches and players like about him. I mean, there's something about this guy that's real endearing that you would follow and trust. He's got the poise about him.
On third down, Antoine Smith sneaks through, and he's got a first down. Oh, he kept those legs churning.
I do. Wow. That is not New Orleans defense. You know, Sam, ever since they sent Kyle Turley to anger management, I think the whole team got a little softer.
Maybe. One guy's running hard is Antoine Smith. Patriots a first down at their own 38 with 38 seconds remaining in the first half. Brady. Nobody open. Pulls it down and runs. Tripped up, dives up to the 49-yard line and gets up and calls timeout.
That was pretty impressive. That was
Bledsoe liked it too. That's good to see. He's been a big supporter of Tom Brady and has helped him a lot.
Well, they have a little roll going here. Now, it looks like he's open, but they drop Weary back over, and he gets covered up quick, so they roll to this side. And he's looking for something right in here, but everybody got covered up real quick. So he sets, then he sees grass over on that side, and he takes the opening, and then there's some missed tackles. There's one. He's diving forward. He lunges. I believe he has enough for the first down.
He's not in awe of playing in the NFL, is he, Bill?
No, you know, and the funny thing about it is he said, hey, I played at Michigan. There's over 100,000 people at those stands. And then I go to Wisconsin. There's almost 100 there. And Ohio State, 100 there. Penn State, 100 there. So he's used to it. You know, it's no big deal for him. And that's the presence he has. It's not a cockiness either. I mean, it's just a guy you want to be around.
They need about 20 yards to get in field goal position. They've got the wind at their backs. On first down, Brady on the play fake steps up. Over the middle, wide open. And a first down, David Patton inside the 25-yard line. They're in field goal range.
That was a busted coverage right there. Because there's nobody even around David Patton.
You know, we've talked a lot about Troy Brown, but David Patton has given them a lot this year.
Well, that's another one of those guys that they brought in. Watch David Patton come out of the bunch. He gets lost in here, and nobody picks him up. Fred Thomas is sitting inside and looking at everybody else, and Patton runs right by him. That's out of that bunch group. You know, when you're on the fly, you're under 2 minutes, and you get in that bunch and you're playing zone, and when they break out of that, you've got to match up with them.
Picked up 27 on the play, and now the Patriots are in field goal range as Tom Brady has spread the ball around. Brown has been the key guy, but Patton, Edwards the fullback, Smith, Wiggins the tight end, they've all gotten involved as the Patriots offense has been outstanding. 257 yards in the first half.
Well, if you talk about the New England Patriots offensively, they are a unit, and they do everything well. And Charlie Weiss does a good job of play calling and getting receivers open.
16 seconds, one timeout remaining. Brady rolling and throwing. It is caught for a touchdown. Charles Johnson. The Patriots.
How about Brady? And Drew Bledsoe right there telling him, great job. I mean, you know, Drew Bledsoe was sitting on the sideline smiling because the kid was sitting there in the pocket, there's bodies flying all around him, and he throws a bullet into tight zone coverage.
Into the third wide receiver's hands, another man who gets into the mix. And the extra point is through. It is 20-0 New England.
Here they are in a deep zone. 3 deep, and everyone's just waiting. Bellamy's closing over the top. Mathis is waiting on him. And sometimes when you're caught in that zone and you got a guy that can throw a strike like Brady, look at the ball. Right over the fingertips of the linebacker, right into Johnson's hands. That's called dissecting the zone.
Charles Johnson was brought in from Philadelphia. He hadn't done all that much all season, but that's his first touchdown catch.
They went to the backside of the strong receivers, too. I mean, you had Brown on the other side along with Patton. And if you're going to play zone coverage in a 2-minute situation, you're going to favor the other two guys just because of the numbers they've had.
78 yards in 6 plays. 10 seconds remaining in the first half, and the Patriots with a 20-0 lead.
I wish we had a camera the New Orleans Saints locker room at halftime. I'd like to see and listen to that. You'd have to, you know what? It would have to be one of those paper channels to watch, listening on that field.
Right now, the Saints are stunned. Vinatieri kicking off. On the ground. Picked up and brought back by Fred McAfee. Up to the 35-yard line with 4 seconds remaining in the first half. Stay tuned at halftime for the Visa Halftime Report. Howie, Chris, Terry, and JB bring you highlights and scores from around the league. Fox Sports Ticker will get you updated on up-to-the-second stats. That's the Visa Halftime Report. One play remaining for the Saints as Jim Haslett contemplates his halftime speech. Ricky Williams, big hole, gets up to the 49-yard line. We reach the end of the first half. The New England Patriots get a standing ovation from their fans. 3 touchdown passes for Tom Brady, leading the way at halftime. It's the Patriots 20 and the Saints nothing. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Foxboro, where the New England Patriots lead the New Orleans Saints 20-0. The big story here has been the quarterback situation in Week 2. Drew Bledsoe in the fourth quarter against the New York Jets was hit by Mo Lewis, suffered a severed blood vessel in his chest, a career-threatening injury. He was inactive for 7 weeks. He has been cleared to play. He is healthy once again, but Levin Reed has more on the quarterback situation. Go ahead, Levin.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, what's the difference between this quarterback controversy and the one they had in Buffalo is these two guys are good friends. When it all went down in Week 2, Drew helped Brady become what he is right now, showed him some tape and said, you know what, this is what's going to make you better. And then when this went down this week, Belichick named Brady the guy. Well, Drew called Brady and said, you know what, it's okay. We're going to be fine. I'm still a competitor. I just want to play football. You go out there and lead this team.
Right on the mark with that, Levin. Thanks very much. Deuce McAllister on the return, up across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Rain falling again. 23-yard return for Deuce McAllister in the first half. Patriots 281 total yards. New Orleans 131.
Yeah, the time of possession, too. New England Patriots have had their way. Anything they've wanted to do offensively, they've been able to do. And that's the thing that's concerning. It has to be for Jim Haslett as he looks at his team out there. He's not used to seeing his defense play that way.
Fewest yards in the first half since Week 2, and now the pressure on. Aaron Brooks throwing on first down, deep down the sideline, and it is caught. A great catch on the play by Albert Connell. Double coverage, a 38-yard pickup.
Well, that can jumpstart you. Watch the concentration off the helmet of Otis Smith. This ball is going to hit Otis Smith right in the helmet, and Albert Connell stays with it. They've been trying to get Albert Connell going for some time.
He's had only 2 catches since the second week of the season. Brooks leads to Willie Jackson, pulled down at the 25-yard line by Terrence Shaw.
You know, they just got a 12th guy off the field again for defense. They went running off the field. I mean, you're going to take a look here. They got a guy sprinting out right there. That should be a penalty. I mean, not just because you're not supposed to have an extra guy in the offensive huddle. You shouldn't be able to have an extra guy in the defensive huddle because they don't know who the blitzer's going to be.
Out of the shotgun, Brooks throws, and it's batted down. Richard Seymour. And Roman Pfeiffer is given credit for the deflection.
You know, when you got guys running in and out off the field, and you play the New England Patriots, who you know going into the game, they're going to have something complex for you defensively. And you've got an extra guy in there all the time, and then you run them off the field at the last second. Heck, that's confusing for your entire offense, especially when you're talking about pass protection.
On 3rd and 2, Ricky Williams is hit short of the line of scrimmage. Anthony Pleasant with the first hit. And it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Seymour was right in the middle of that all too, Sam. 93 Seymour. They're really glad to get him back. He's playing over the nose. He's stringing this out down the line. He discards the center, and he's there to clean it up and push everybody back to ensure that Ricky Williams doesn't fall forward.
And Jim Haslett says go for it.
Well, he's not scared to go for it on 4th down. He'll go for it on 4th down anytime, anywhere. And he's trying to get his team jump-started.
They have to get to the 21. Brooks throws. It's deflected. Intercepted. Anthony Pleasant, I believe, came down with it. And the Patriots continue to come up with big plays. A great effort.
Great call. This ball was tipped. Laurie Malloy gets his hands on it.
And Anthony Pleasant, the defensive end, goes up to get it.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by UPS, the official delivery company of football fans everywhere.
Saints start the second half. A couple of big plays, the big catch by Albert Connell, but then they come up short on 4th down.
Well, they probably could have gotten 3 out of that position right there, too. That would have been about a 32-yard field goal, 42-yard field goal. And, you know, they always say the first points are the toughest ones to get. They could have broken the ice there.
Brady throws on 1st down and completes it to Troy Brown. Up to the 34-yard line. Excuse me, that's David Patton. My apologies.
Well, he's got blue paint all over the back of his jersey. That 6 sometimes look like a 0. Quick slant. That's all that is. He gets Mathis spun around there.
Patriots going into the wind have been effective with the short passes and the swing passes. Straight ahead, Antoine Smith. Still battling for yards. Good effort. That has typified the Patriots' effort in this game.
You know what's interesting is, as you watch this effort, I want you to think of this. They played St. Louis last week, and they played them tough. Had an opportunity to win it. They're running all over the field. They're blitzing. They're trying to keep pace with a high-powered offense. And, Sam, they got to come back and play smash-mouth football this week. Coach gave them the entire week off of pads. No pads. They were out in just shirts and shorts. And he said, I want you to be hungry on Sunday. You see Brady working the hard count. And you better tackle him or else they'll decline that offsides.
Guys were jumping. Looked like Norman Hand may have jumped offside for New Orleans. Jerry Austin with a call.
Offside, 99 defense. 5 yards. Repeat, 2nd down.
That'll bring up a 2nd and short for New England.
Bill Belichick gave them the entire week off pads, which was kind of questionable. You know you're going to play a physical team, and you haven't banged for 2 weeks. So, I mean, get into the 9-on-7, the heavy run part of your offense and the heavy run defensive part. You kind of need that physical contact. And his philosophy was, I told him at the beginning of the week, I'm giving you no pads all week, but I want you to come out here hungry on Sunday.
Antoine Smith up to the 44, maybe close to the 45. Looks like he's got enough for a 1st down.
You know, and I guess the thing is, when a coach tells you that and you're a player, you say, wait a second. We get 4 days of no pads, and you want us to hit really hard on one day. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
So they're showing it right here. That's a good deal, Coach. Maybe this will rub off and keep this thing going.
Saints bring 6 defensive backs in. It's 1st down for New England at the 45-yard line. Brady. They're trying to set up a screen, but an excellent play by Darren Smith breaks it up as he brings down Antoine Smith for a loss. Darren Smith, the man who made the tackle.
You know, some of the problem, I feel, this year for New Orleans defensively has been they're too aggressive. And it's shown up. Now, it's shown up in some good categories, which is turnovers. They get a lot of turnovers, takeaways. But it's shown up in other areas, too, in big plays. Plays of 20 yards or more.
Patrick pass in motion. Brady swings it out to Antoine Smith. And he goes down up at the 46-yard line. He'll bring up a 3rd and 9. Charlie Clemens with the tackle. He's spotted just across the 45-yard line.
Including today, big plays allowed. Big plays on defense, you look at 20 yards or more. Look where New Orleans ranks.
That's really hurt them.
Now look at the other teams they're up there with. Carolina, Arizona, Detroit, Minnesota defensively, some of the worst defenses in the National Football League. And I think a lot of that is due to the fact of all the things that they try to do defensively, all the moving and shifting and blitzing and stunting.
On 3rd down, Brady is sacked. Big time pressure. Joe Johnson with a sack, and the ball popped loose and was recovered by Joe Andruzzi.
And they've got the personnel to do just this. Just line up and rush. Let your defensive line, let Joe Johnson work Matt Light. Let him get a feel for him like he did there. Set him up, use some of his stunts. Joe Johnson on Matt Light, I take that matchup all day long. Why do you have him slanting inside and jumping around and doing all? Let these guys go, they're talented.
3rd punt of the game for Ken Walter. Wayne McGarity from the 21 avoids the first man. Picks up a couple of blocks. Swings to the outside and is out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Good return by Wayne McGarity. Punt was 41 yards. Return of 17. Third game this season that Darryl Terrell has started for Willie Roaf. And the previous 2, he had given up 6 sacks. No sacks today, but Pleasant has done a good job getting pressure on Aaron Brooks. Brooks on 1st down, goes to run. Flag on the play. Good run by Aaron Brooks in the Patriots territory.
It's all going to come back.
It's going to come back. It's back in the Saints. Let's see. They point toward New England.
Illegal use of hands to the face. 55 of the defense. 5 yards from the end of the run. 1st down.
It's on Willie McGinnis. 5 yards at the end of a 26-yard run turns into a 31-yard pickup for the Saints, and that's big.
Well, that'll help matter. Kyle Turley working on Willie McGinnis. See the hands get up under the face mask there? Not that big of a deal, actually.
Good run by Aaron Brooks down to the 31-yard line. 3 wide receivers in. Albert Connell, Willie Jackson, and Joe Horn out of the shotgun. Saints need something here with a wind blitz. The throw is incomplete. Intended for Connell. It was floated up there, and the wind took that ball away from Albert Connell.
Joe Horn. It should have been enough. He should have had enough on it because Lawyer Malloy was creeping up right in the vision. Right in the vision of Aaron Brooks. I mean, look, he should have known right away he's going to have that matchup outside and had enough loft on that ball to get it there.
But I think the wind took it beyond the receiver. I think it just carried it too far for him. Here's 2nd and 10. The pressure on. They drop it off to Ricky Williams. Plenty of room for Ricky Williams inside the 15-yard line. Out of bounds. A 1st down. Chased out by Tabucky Jones. You know, Ricky Williams getting back into being a part of the offense. He's had a quiet day today.
Well, they're getting the ball. That's the first pass he's caught today. Little screen. You see it gets set up well. And you watch Wally Williams turn back and get that block right there. It really freed that thing up.
Ricky Williams, season average total yards over 130. Today 53. He came into today's game second to Amon Green in total yardage. Timeout New Orleans. We'll be right back. Rain falling, wind blowing. We are midway through the third quarter. Patriots defense has been outstanding. Larry Malloy leading the way in tackles. Brandon Mitchell. Richard Seymour has had an outstanding game. Saints a first down at the New England 13. Brooks lofts it in the end zone. Too far for Willie Jackson. He was covered by Otis Smith on the play. I just think with this win, you got to fire it, Joe.
Yeah, you know, that you talked about it earlier. You said, what's this rain going to affect? I said it's going to affect the passing of the New Orleans Saints. They're used to playing in a controlled climate and, you know, good friction on the turf and good feet underneath them. The ball seems to be sailing all over the place on Aaron Brooks.
They've scored 30 of 34 times in the red zone, but 14 touchdowns. Brooks throwing, and it is incomplete. Again for Willie Jackson, again covered by Otis Smith.
He's taking the one-on-one matchup, and he's just taking his shots now. And he's lucky that ball wasn't picked.
That's right. That time he fired it, but there was no opening.
Yeah, he's just looking for the matchup. He's looking for who's one-on-one, and he's taking his shot. Yeah. Just like he did on the long gainer to Albert Connell. The Connell fortunately came up with it for the big catch, but that's all it's been all afternoon.
Just 6 for 21 today. Last week he was 19 for 22, but that was indoors. Third down. Nobody open. Brooks waiting. Now he throws, and it is incomplete. Two men in the same area, Ricky Williams and Joe Horn.
And Ricky thought it was for him, and Joe thought it was for him. Ricky was on the left side working right, and Joe was on the right side working left. And Ricky actually breaks it up.
Yeah.
He was looking for Joe Horn on the cross, though.
So now the Saints will try to get their first points of the game. John Carney has missed twice. One was wide right, the other one blocked. This is 31 yards, and this is good. And New Orleans is on the board with 7:03 to go in the third quarter. With the rain and the elements working against them, the Saints finally score.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 36. By Zocor, talk to your doctor about Zocor today. By Enterprise Rent-A-Car, we'll pick you up. And by Visa, it's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
Sam Rosen, Bill Moss back at Foxboro Stadium. 79th consecutive sellout for the New England Patriots in the last year of this stadium. Toby Goen kicks it off. Ben Kelly from the 1-yard line. And a good return as he leaps over a tackler up to the 30-yard line. Cedric Hodge made the tackle. 29-yard return tonight on Fox. First time on television. It's Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, tonight at 7, 6 Central. And following the premiere, don't miss the sneak peek at the StarWars.com documentary R2-D2 Beneath the Dome. It's all coming your way tonight at 7, 6 Central, only on Fox. Is that the Phantom Menace over there?
It was something. Maybe R2-D2.
Antoine Smith slowed down and wriggles his way up for about 3 yards. Willie Whitehead made the tackle. And Antoine Smith limping back into the huddle. 16 carries, 66 yards.
He's been a Phantom Menace. The Phantom in the aspect that New Orleans can't find him. He's running, and every time he's touching the ball, he's picking up a ton of yards, and Menace for obvious reasons.
On second down, it's the fullback, Mark Edwards. He busts his way up to the 38-yard line.
Punishing. New England is flat punishing New Orleans. That's the only word I can describe it. Did you see Edwards? I mean, he just ran over somebody. He takes it up into the gut, and then he cuts it back outside. He doesn't see anything he likes. And watch right here. Boom.
Oh, that's Jay Bellamy.
Again.
Safety team up. And Edwards ran over him. Here is a 3rd and a long one for New England. Rod Rutledge, the tight end in motion. Play fake by Brady. And he is thrown. Norman Hand takes him down. 4th sack of the game for the New Orleans Saints. Brady taking no chances, ate the ball. There was nobody open. And big Norman Hand gets the sack.
And the way the defense is playing, that's not a bad thing to do. Maybe throw it away if you could, if you had the time to, but definitely don't force it anyplace. That's not a bad thing to do. Let your punter, who's been punting well, your defense playing well, put it in good field position. Make New Orleans go the long distance.
Walker kicks it. Wayne McGarity at the 18. He wrapped up immediately to Rod Cherry. Great play, great coverage by Cherry. The first man down. 46-yard punt.
Well, we saw Gerard Cherry last time going to commercial, just miss making the tackle. This time, he's all over Wayne McGarrett. He gets the wrap up, slaps him down.
Access NFL.com to vote for your favorite NFL All-Stars. The Pro Bowl ballot is online exclusively at NFL.com.
New England Patriots trying to be a factor in the AFC East race. Miami won today. The Jets are off. It's their bye week. Patriots trying to go 6-5. On first down, Brooks out of the shotgun, chased by Bruschi. Gets rid of it, and it is incomplete. Intended for Albert Connell. 2 men coming hard. Bruschi and Malloy chasing Aaron Brooks.
Yeah, they're not calling off the dogs. Here, they're going to bring Lawyer Malloy this way, and then Bruschi's going to blitz this way when he sees Ricky Williams come over and try to pick that up. See, so anything that opens up, they're bringing the heat. They're not going to let New Orleans get any kind of confidence or momentum going.
Darryl Terrell, the left tackle, continues to struggle, replacing the injured Willie Rowe. Brooks throwing, completes to Willie Jackson. Terrence Shaw trying to stop him, he missed. And Jackson turns it into a big gainer. Jackson trying to go. And finally, Ty Law catches up and wrestles him down across the 30-yard line. What a play by Willie Jackson. An outstanding effort.
A lot of help, too, from the receivers. Got a lot of blocks downfield. 56-yard reception. Willie Jackson gets a little separation. Takes care of Terrence Shaw there with a stiff on. There's a block there by Boo Williams. And the block downfield by Albert Connell.
Now at the New England 27. Saints looking for points with the wind at their back. Brooks faking, waiting. Nobody open. And a good run again for Aaron Brooks. He's out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Picked up 16 on the play.
I'm glad to see Brooks. If it's not there, take it. Take off and run with it. I think that's as big as a spark that you can give your offense as a big run by Williams or a big pass reception by any of the receivers.
He's now the leading rusher for the Saints in the game. 5 carries, 48 yards. Matt Stevens in at safety for New England, replacing Tabucky Jones. Ricky Williams cuts it back and gets down about the 7-yard line.
Willie McGinnis, 55. Watch him. He's coming down inside. Now he's going to spin back out around off the block of Boo Williams and be there to wrap it all up.
On 2nd and 6, it's Ricky Williams inside the 5. They'll mark it about the 3-yard line. They'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
They're waiting. They know Ricky Williams. See, here's the zone. They're looking for the cutback here, but They're staying at home. Otis Smith was staying in there. Everybody's staying in their gap responsibility. They know Ricky Williams is going to cut it back.
Big series for New Orleans. It's 3rd and 2. Ricky Williams to the goal line. And he's in. Touchdown.
It's over.
A terrific effort for Ricky Williams. The first touchdown of the game for the New Orleans Saints. A little pushing as the guys untangle, and the flag has been thrown. Well, after the whistle stuff, Ricky Williams comes out with the ball.
That'll be assessed on the kickoff, but down by 11. If you go for 1, you're playing for a tie. If you go for 2,
On the kickoff.
you're playing for the win. See what happens there. That's the taunting right there.
5th rushing touchdown of the season for
That's
Ricky
a rookie.
Williams.
That's the rookie Seymour.
They go for 1. John Carney puts it through. It's 20-10.
Nice effort. Ricky Williams gets into the hole. He's bottled up and just keeps the pads low and keeps churning. Sticks the ball across, and that's the signal. His body never gets there, but it's only the ball that has to break the planes. He stopped. He sticks it across. Touchdown.
Hey, Hallie Eisenberg drinking a Pepsi.
Actually, this isn't a Pepsi. It's new Pepsi Twist with lemon. And I'm not Hallie Eisenberg.
I'm Halle Berry. Drinking Pepsi Twist.
Well, it's not exactly Pepsi Twist. It's Diet Pepsi Twist. And I'm not exactly Halle Berry.
You know.
I'm Barry Bostwick.
Who is Barry Bostwick?
Like twists? Try new Pepsi Twist in regular and diet. A lemon twist on that great Pepsi taste.
The Saints have done this before. They have come back in previous games when they were trailing badly, and now they are within 10. Ricky Williams, 15 carries, 56 yards in the game. He gets his 5th rushing touchdown of the season, and the kickoff, because of the penalty assessed to the Patriots, will come from the 45-yard line with the wind at Toby Gowen's back.
Now you need a big series out of your defense, 3 and out, because this is going to pin them with the penalty deep in their own territory.
Line drive. Bounces through the end zone. Smart play by Ben Kelly. Let it go through. The Saints have outscored their opponents by a huge margin in the 3rd quarter. 91-14 with 10 points today.
It might have something to do with everything that goes on in the locker room at halftime, right? You know it had something to do with St. Louis. That was well documented by everybody. Well, what was the big difference? They said the chairs were flying around and people were punching each other, screaming, knocking over blackboards.
Now the Patriots.
A few expletive deletive.
The fullback Mark Edwards splits to the left side, now comes in motion. Brady off the play fake. With time, he throws for Brown. What a catch. Troy Brown, outstanding catch at the 39-yard line. 7th catch of the game for Troy Brown.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know how you let the matchup occur when you got Keith Mitchell out on Troy Brown.
Great job by the Patriots. 7 catches, 91 yards for Troy Brown. 2 tight ends in for the Patriots. From their 39, it's Antoine Smith. Picked up about 3 on the play. A couple of players got locked up and were separated just when the whistle blew.
Fred Thomas and Mark Edwards. And I think, if anything, Fred Thomas is a little bit frustrated in the afternoon.
Patriots will have the wind at their backs in the 4th quarter. Saints will have the tough job of having to come back going into the wind, and it's a strong wind. Brady. Flag on the play. Brady throws, and it's incomplete. Intended for Mark Edwards. It's going to be a tripping penalty against New England.
You got to get the full body shot here of the official when the call. Because watch his ankles. You need a full body shot because the call, you don't really see his watch. Watch the
tripping.
See that?
32 of the offense, 10 yards, repeat, second down.
Yeah, if you just have the head shot from the waist up and he just looks at you and says tripping, you're like, well, he didn't make any kind of signal. But that's a signal down there. There's the trip.
Yeah.
Antoine Smith. And, you know, sometimes when it comes to protecting your quarterback back there, you're down on the ground. You'll throw those legs around.
Puts up Darren Howard on the play.
You throw them around to make a tackle, too. You know, if you're tied up and you're in the... You can't get to the hole, you throw your legs in the hole.
Right behind you, Philo.
From their own 31, Rod Rutledge, the tight end, in motion. A draw play to Antoine Smith. Broken tackle and gets up to the 43-yard line. We've got an update coming your way. JB, we'll take a look at the 49ers.
Show you how Indianapolis unraveled. Peyton Manning back with plenty of time. What does he do? Free safety. Zach Bronson picks him off. Returns it 48 yards to pay dirt. That started the unraveling for the coach. And they wind up losing it to San Francisco 40-21. Back to Sam Rosen. Bill Moss.
4 interceptions for the 49ers. What a great year they're having. St. Louis will play tomorrow night against Tampa Bay. Snapped it directly to Kevin Falk, and he turns it into a big gain. Ridden out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Surprise plays, and the Patriots are coming up with good ones.
They're getting all of them. Watch the direct snap. The center, Compton, shotguns it right to 33, Falk. He's dropping back his pass. These guys are rushing upfield. Look at everybody. Look at the blocks from everybody. That's some beautiful. You know what? You talk about drawing up stuff and getting after stuff and making things happen. Call it what you may, a trick play or what, but you still got to execute it, and the execution was terrific.
End of the third quarter. Patriots lead 20-10.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Mike Compton, we talked, he comes into center for shotgun. He has to make the snap in this direction so Falk can get it. Then he comes over and blocks here. Damian Woody, the guard, comes up and gets a block here. Now watch 80 come into the picture. Troy Brown, he gets a block as well.
That's good work by the Patriots. Antoine Smith carrying on first down.
And then watch Brady sell the thing too. He's dropping back like it's pass. He's got his hands up by his head just like he's got the ball in it. Everybody believes it's pass. He's looking to the other side of the field.
Through 3 quarters, the Patriots 27 minutes, 27 seconds time of possession. New Orleans 17:33. They're 2nd and 8. Patton in motion. Brady. Plenty of time. Just throws it incomplete. Nobody in the area. Antoine Smith had floated out to the right side. No one open deep downfield. Hard rain falling here in New England. Patriots with 4 plays today of 20 yards or more.
You know, that little trick play to Falk, Jim Haslett may call that a finesse play. That's what he called the St. Louis offense, finesse. But I'll tell you what, he can't say anything about the smash mouth style that they attacked him with Antoine Smith.
They've been tough on
and
3rd and long. Throwing deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Flag on the play. Intended for David Patton. Fred Weary was on the coverage. And a rule.
Pass interference, 24 defense. Automatic first down.
We've seen that a couple of times today.
We've seen a lot of flags today as well.
And Weary all over David Patton gets called for the interference.
Now, it wasn't right there. It was prior to that when his hands were on him and the ball was in the air.
So a big penalty. 24 yards, sets the ball at the New Orleans 7-yard line. Empty backfield here for New England. Brady on the draw inside the 5, down to the 2. Jay Bellamy on the tackle. And again, something different. Boy, they really have mixed it up beautifully. It's a great offensive game plan that New England has put together, I think, Bill.
Well, they wanted to continue to make it the Brady show. You know, he has 3 touchdown passes.
Yep.
See if he can run for one, too.
Gray Rugemer, a backup center, number 67, is in the lineup for New England, and he is eligible as a tight end. He's on the right side. 3 tight ends in for New England. Play fake. Brady throws. Touchdown. Mark Edwards, the fullback.
You talk about a well-oiled machine. That offense today, the rain, the wind, and the wet, nothing, the turf, nothing has bothered what the New England Patriots have gone out and done and how they've executed on offense. It's been near flawless.
4 touchdown passes for Tom Brady. Mark Edwards catches this one.
He wants the ball.
He wants it. What a great play fake. 3 tight ends in the lineup. And the pass to the fullback coming out. Vinatieri for the extra point. Well, the Saints were starting to mount a comeback. They had scored 10 points in the 3rd quarter. Now New England answers back.
He fakes. Look at their job hiding the football inside. He comes out from all the traffic. Behind everybody, touchdown. Look at the play fake by Brady. He tucks the ball away on the hip like a cagey old vet.
It's Tom Brady Day in New England.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by GMC. From professional-grade people come professional-grade SUVs. By Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time. By DirecTV, the #1 satellite entertainment provider. And by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun.
There are only 2 more regular season games left in this stadium. The fans have packed this stadium, 79 consecutive sellouts. Nobody's left.
It's pouring rain, windy. Nobody's left. The stadium's full.
Deuce McAllister for New Orleans. Matt Stevens for New England. We've got an update from out west, Arizona, San Diego. JB.
Hey, Sam, Flutie and company finally back into it. Flutie hooking up here with Curtis Conway, 6-yard strike. Flutie was 11 of 11 on the drive for 111. And fellas, Terry says he was playing like Terry Bradshaw. Back to you guys.
Thanks, JB. San Diego trying to stay in the race in the AFC West.
You know, tell Terry, unlike Philadelphia, when it rains here in Foxboro, the field is muddy.
That's right. Now into the wind. Aaron Brooks to Ricky Williams. Terrence Shaw wraps him up. Gets help from Lawyer Malloy. Up to the 24-yard line. Now the tough part for the Saints. Down 17 going into a driving rain and wind. And we have an injured New England Patriots player.
Willie McGinnis?
It is Willie McGinnis.
What a job he's done today, playing defensive end.
You know, they haven't sacked Aaron Brooks, but they have been around him and forced him a lot.
The one thing they've made him do is he's had to throw the ball very, very quick today. That ball has had to come out of his hand quick.
Mike Vrabel replaces Willie McGinnis. Flexing his right knee as he walks off slowly. There's Vrabel in his first year with the Patriots, 5th year in the league. 3 wide receivers for New Orleans. Brooks throws behind Joe Horn.
Aaron Brooks had a rough day today.
Yes, he has. 8 for 25. for 206 yards for Aaron Brooks. Last week, 19 for 22. But last week was in the Dome. And the Saints have had their problems outside. 5 defensive backs in for the Patriots. This is a 3rd and 3 for New Orleans. Brooks going short and completing to Joe Horn for a first down. At the 34-yard line, Terrell Buckley, 33-yard line is where they'll spot it. 3rd catch of the game for Joe Horn. Saints going with 3 wide receivers. And the tight end to the right side is Eddie Boo Williams. Brooks gets pressure. Goes outside of Ricky Williams. Nice move by Williams. Gets a first down. Spins up to the 47-yard line. Ricky's turned into a good receiver this year. He's worked on that part of his game.
Well, he really has. Now, he still has a bunch of drop passes on the year. I think he has 7 or 8 drop balls on the year, but it's a part of the game he's really worked hard at. And another thing, you know, about Ricky is Ricky doesn't have to be the show. Ricky doesn't have to be responsible for New Orleans Saints wins. He has a supporting cast around him now, and it's everybody's effort.
Pass short to Willie Jackson. And no gain on the play, maybe a yard on the play. Bucky Jones made the tackle.
You know, I don't ever like to question anybody's effort that plays the game, because I know how hard it is to play the game. But some days, on days like this, you come to a place you're not familiar with. It's all new. You get this driving rain coming at you all day.
Brooks is wrapped up at the 48-yard line. Picked up about 4, maybe 5 on the play.
You know,
Sam, Malloy in on the stop.
The home team comes out and they get a quick score on you, and it just seems like you're playing with 1 foot in the grave the entire game. And you're trying to get that foot out of the grave, but every time you try to take a step, somebody pushes you back down. And it's been like that all day for the Saints.
But they knew how important this game was for them coming in.
There's a difference between knowing how important a game is and knowing how good a team is. I think they overlooked this team. Nobody knew much about the New England Patriots.
3rd and 4. Brooks being chased, gets away from Pleasant. Slips Warrior Malloy and slides for a first down at the 35-yard line.
They need to implement, and they should have implemented this earlier, more of Aaron Brooks. More of Aaron Brooks runs. They have designed plays in their offense that can make him run the ball a little bit. Then counter back with a little deuce, a little bit of Ricky. Take your shots, a little quick passes on some slants. Because it's evident that Brooks is a much better runner than he is thrower today.
17 being rushed by Law, but completes it to Joe Horn. And Horn is out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
And there was a bootleg. That was Aaron Brooks on the run.
Pick up a 15 on the play. Brooks has run for 65 yards on 7 carries in the game. The leading rusher for the Saints. But a nice drive here. The Saints have to put it in the end zone. They need points. 9th play of this drive. First down at the New England 20-yard line. Ricky Williams in the backfield with Aaron Brooks. Here comes the blitz. Brooks throws, and it is incomplete. Antoine Harris,
what a job,
was covering Eddie Williams on the play.
Yeah, what a job by Antoine Harris, because Williams had the ball in his hand. It was caught, and Harris rips it out. Watch 23. The ball's caught, and Harris keeps his arm in there and rips the thing out. That's battling, and that's keeping after the play. That's finishing the play.
New England Patriots have 11 defensive backs. They use them all because they all contribute in some fashion. And you saw Antoine Harris on that one. Flags go down. Looks like somebody moved too soon on the offensive line.
87 offense, 5 yards. It's still second down.
That's Joe Horn, the wide receiver, was the man who moved. The clock a big factor.
I bet his number was called.
Yeah?
Yeah. Get Nancy out there. Hey, you get real excited. You're looking at that DB, you see where he's playing you, you're ready to get a jump on him, you forget the snap count.
He's going against Terrell Buckley. At the 25-yard line, they've got to get to the 10 for a first down. Brooks looking, throwing over the middle, completes it to Eddie Williams, the tight end, held on to it this time, gets down to the 6-yard line. And it's a first down for New Orleans. That time he beat Antoine Harris on the play for his first catch of the game. Eddie Williams, the rookie out of Arkansas.
First and goal.
They spot the ball at the 7-yard line, an 18-yard pickup. First and goal for New Orleans. Brooks rolls, being chased by Anthony Pleasant. And he goes down at the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. Boy, Anthony Pleasant has done a job on Darryl Terrell in this game. Pleasant's been in the New Orleans backfield all day.
And I think they're going to see a lot of that for the remainder of the time that Willie Roaf is out.
And that could be, there's a chance that could be for the remainder of the season.
They're going to credit New England with the sack there. I wonder if it's going to be a team sack or does it have to go to somebody?
Brooks throws over the middle, broken up by Tabucky Jones. Pass intended for Willie Jackson.
Brooks pass intended for Jackson. Tabucky Jones.
Now, hey, I tell you what, that was pass interference.
I agree with you.
Because of the hooking rule.
Yeah.
See this arm right there? That, and he has that arm pinned. That is pass interference. No two questions about it.
No call on the play. Disguised pretty well, would you say?
It must be disguised good enough because we're the only people that saw it.
There's third down and goal. Brooks waits, throws, touchdown.
Brooks pass complete.
Willie Jackson.
Jackson for the touchdown.
And a big, important score for the New Orleans Saints. His man finally came open. For Willie Jackson, his third touchdown catch of the season. Harney for the extra point to cut it to 10. It's 27-17. And there is time remaining.
New England has had its fair share of knockdown passes. It just misses the hands of Richard Seymour, 93.
Jackson was there to make the catch for the touchdown. Patriots have 366 total yards offensively. 4 touchdown passes thrown by Tom Brady from the 31-yard line with 2 tight ends in. Antoine Smith gets up to the 35.
You know, New Orleans, if their defense is going to step up, this is the time they need to step up. And this is a time where the front 4 has to take over the football game.
They've got the starters on offense, on the defensive line, excuse me, Joe Johnson, Norman Hand, Leroy Glover, and Darren Howard. Mark Edwards and Antoine Smith in the backfield. And it's Antoine Smith up to the 38-yard line. Joe Johnson makes the tackle. Antoine Smith has carried 21 times for 89 yards in the game.
And the one thing as a defensive lineman you can't have happen in this type of game, Norman Hand's going to end up on the ground. See the cut block right there? Now your defense is cut in half. Now he takes out Howard. The linebacker gets picked up. And what happens, there's a big crease right in the middle of your defense. And that's what Antoine Smith found.
On 3rd and 4, 3 wide receivers in. J.R. Redmond in the backfield. They split the tight end as well. Brady throwing and completes to Charles Johnson. A first down at the 42 of New Orleans. Jay Bellamy tripped him up. Charles Johnson has made 2 important catches in the game.
Your defense, you can't have this happen to you. Look, watch the throwing lane. Look at this. Look at that throwing lane he has. There's nobody in his face, and that's the exact lane he has the time to find Charles Johnson. I said the defensive line, as good as they are, and the type of game they've had right up to this point, it's time for them to take over the game, and they're not doing it.
Johnson has had a touchdown catch and a 20-yard reception for a first down. And Tom Brady, look at the numbers on him. No interceptions for him after throwing 7 in the previous 4 games. Antoine Smith fighting his way to the 37-yard line. We've got an update from the Fox Television Center. JB's the man to give it to you.
Salmonville, Arizona, aiming for its 4th victory of the season, gets a 1-yard run from Michael Pittman to take the lead over San Diego 17-10. And fellas, Chris Collinsworth said the mud reference in Philadelphia was more figurative than literal. Back to you guys.
It was only figurative when Jillian talked about it.
That's right. Well, but we understood the point that Chris was trying to make, didn't we, Bill?
Yeah, as much as Howie and Terry did.
On second down at the 38-yard line. J.R. Redmond cuts it back nicely. First down inside the 30 and down to the 26. Look at the effort every single Patriot is giving on every play.
Sam, I was talking about the play of the defensive line, but I want to talk about the play of the offensive line of the Patriots. Watch what Joe Johnson has to go through on the previous play. He comes inside, he gets hit there, then he gets bang, Ron Rutledge gets him, then Light gets him. I mean, they are dominating the line of scrimmage. You talk about effort, and you talk about precision, responsibility. I mean these guys, they've got it all covered.
First down at the New Orleans 26. J.R. Redmond in the backfield. It's Redmond carrying inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Saints stop the clock with their second timeout. They have just 1 timeout remaining. They're down by 10. They have to find a way to stop this New England offense.
You see the push they're getting here. They've got to spin back out of it and try to get something done. That offensive line's been handling them all day long. You take a look at the numbers today for the Patriots and where they're rushing. Up the middle today, they've gone for 75 yards. Coming into today's game, the New Orleans Saints have only given up 45 yards on the season. Up the middle.
Credit to the offensive line and the effort that they've done.
Absolutely. And credit to the offensive play calling with Charlie Weiss, because I think early on in the game, he took the game to the defense of the New Orleans Saints and kept them off balance. They were sitting on their heels, and then after that, he started attacking.
3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. Brown in motion. Antoine Smith. He's in. Touchdown. The New England Patriots have driven the ball right down the throats of the New Orleans Saints to put this game away. A great drive finished off by Antoine Smith. The Patriots have run for 193 yards in the game. And they're well over their magic mark. When they score 21 points in a game this season, they've won them all. And they're about to make it 6. Vinatieri's extra point is good. Antoine Smith putting a cap on a great game for him.
There's the push inside, handling normal hand, and then they watch the run right through the strong safety, their short tackler, Sammy Knight. The effort keeps mounting, and they keep scoring.
Tonight on Fox, first time ever on television, it's Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, tonight at 7, 6 Central. And then following the premiere, don't miss the peek at the StarWars.com documentary, R2-D2 Beneath the Dome, 7, 6 Central on Fox. Antoine Smith is over 720 yards rushing for the season. This is the most points the Saints have given up in any game this season. On on the ground with the kickoff, and it is played by Martin Chase. Or make that Willie Whitehead, number 98, was there. And he is brought down at the 39. Earlier today, in case you missed it, Terrell Owens, another 100-yard receiving game as San Francisco won in Indianapolis. And Marvin Harrison for Indianapolis had a 128-yard game. James Thrash for Washington, 32 yards as Washington won in Philadelphia. Washington has won 5 in a row, and they are 5-5. New Orleans out of timeouts. Aaron Brooks fires and completes it to Eddie Boo Williams. The tight end down to the 35-yard line, and we're coming down to the 2-minute warning. Pickup of 26 on the play. But the story today is the effort of the New England Patriots, who lead it 34-17. Bill Belichick not afraid to make a decision. He chose Tom Brady and said he'd be the quarterback the remainder of the season, barring any unforeseen circumstances. And Tom Brady has had a great game, as has the entire team. Aaron Brooks being chased. Flag on the play as Anthony Pleasant was being held by Darryl Terrell. The pass falls incomplete.
Wait. No? Yeah? Yeah, but was there a receiver over there? One. And was he out of the tight end pocket?
Holding, 78 offense, 10 yards. Repeat, first down.
At this stage, I don't think it matters.
You're right.
It's been a tough one for Darryl Terrell. Saints go home to play Carolina next week.
He's got an armful of cloth.
Anthony Pleasant has been by Darryl Terrell most of the game.
First down, 20.
Willie Roaf out with a knee injury. Will probably undergo arthroscopic surgery this week. There's a flag. That'll be interference on the Patriots. Terrell Buckley will be called for the interference.
Pass interference, 27 defense, automatic first down.
The Patriots will go to 6-5. The Saints will be 5-5.
You know, Sam, as far as the New England Patriots, I think that the way a team responds when you have adversity is a telltale sign of the job the head coach is doing.
Brooks being chased by Pleasant again. Gets rid of it and completes it inside the 30-yard line. If you've just joined us, Sam Rosen and Bill Moss, a minute and a half remaining. We'll finish up this game immediately following in its entirety. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. So stay tuned for that. Right here, the New England Patriots and the New Orleans Saints. The blitz coming from Tabutki Jones, and the pass is incomplete.
Tom Brady's been the Phantom Menace today.
Man, has he ever been. 19 for 27, 258 yards, and 4 touchdowns for Tom Brady. And a fabulous performance. Today's game produced by Michael Brooks. Did I say Michael Brooks?
No, that's Aaron
Brooks. Today's game produced by Michael Brooks, directed by Rich Russo. Associate Director Rich Dewey, Broadcast Associate Tom Yohe, Technical Producer David Graham, Studio Show produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy, Senior Producer of Fox Sports Bill Brown, Executive Producers are Ed Gordon and David Hill. Here's Brooks throwing. Incomplete.
Brady, an outstanding day all day long, and the support on the sidelines by a classy veteran in Drew Bledsoe. Help them out, smiling, give them the pop. Heck, you know what? There's a place, believe me, with the play in the NFL of quarterbacks right now, there's a place for both these guys.
Well, we've heard talk already this week. There's a chance that Drew Bledsoe, maybe he'd be left exposed in the draft for Houston, in the expansion draft. Dallas might be interested. Baltimore might be interested. And he might wind up here competing with Tom Brady next season. Brooks throwing into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Almost. Was it intercepted? Yes, intercepted. Lawyer Malloy held on. And that is the capper. Second interception of the game for the New England Patriots, as they put the final touches on a sound beating of the New Orleans Saints.
Threw it up for grabs, and it's been a long, long afternoon for Aaron Brooks. Nothing seemed to go well with him from the get-go. I believe the weather affected him, the cold, the rain. Never could get his offense in sync and get it going and pull him out of what the funk that they were in.
First interception of the season for Lawyer Malloy, the 13th interception of the season for the Patriots. For the New Orleans Saints at 5-5, they've got to struggle now to make the playoffs. Atlanta won today and is ahead of them. And you've got San Francisco and St. Louis atop the division. It's a happy New England Patriots bench as Bill Belichick congratulating everybody along the sideline. Every man with a great effort. He's got to be proud of his players today. Boy, every single player just fighting for yardage, making tackles, hard hits. Patriots are 6-5, and they'll be at the New York Jets next week as the race for the top spot in the AFC East tightens. A great effort which started from the opening series. The Patriots got the kickoff. They marched 85 yards for a touchdown. They took the lead, and they never let it slip away. Tom Brady threw 4 touchdown passes. Patriots beat the Saints 34-17. We'll be right back.